All right, can your 90 to 93 airbag steering wheel work in an 87 to 89 Fox? And the answer is yes. And the problem you're going to run into is that since this steering wheel now runs with an airbag and it has a clock spring, you're going to find that this 87 to 89, or at least this one, has a square plug, where the original one on this was running a cylindrical one, 3-prong, and what I believe is a power, horn, and ground. The problem that I was running into was when I would turn the car on, I would only get the relays working. So I knew that in here, it's bolted up underneath. I knew the relays were working. I did check the fuse first before, going this route. And finally, when I figured out that I didn't have a clock spring in this car, and when I got it, that's when I came down to this. So the solution that I did to make this plug work was 94 to 2004. There is a plug that connects to the steering column on those cars, on the SN95 cars, and I just basically cut it and repinned it and followed these wires in here to that of what was in the dash. I figured leave this one alone and just repin this one. So I have the two yellows matching, which this yellow is actually going to the purple. The blue is the actual horn wire, and then the black with this tracer is the ground. And so let me just demonstrate it for you to show you exactly what I was running into. So then in this sequence of the simulation, I just took a 9-volt battery and with some alligator leads, and I would just shove it in here into the connection port for what I believe was the horn, with the car battery hooked up. And when I initially did it, that's when I would hear the horn relay click. It would just do a series of clicks by just tapping into this. So once I did the wiring for the horn, now we've got there we go. And then so I knew that the horn was working, and I knew this was it. So then that's when I followed into the part where I repinned this and then connected this. So we'll test that out next. Okay. And now horn works. And what I actually had to do on this car was, I actually had some spare harnesses from an SN95, so I couldn't find the actual factory horn wire on here. These guys did some serious hacking on the wiring here, but once I found it, I cut off this from my donor and then soldered it into this harness and then wired it, and it plugged directly into this new horn that I got from Ford. So it works just fine. And then I just got to get the other horn to plug in the lower or the high. I can't remember which one I got, but if you're wondering if it can be done or if it's not possible or if it's too much of a headache, this is what worked for me, and hopefully it can work for you.